Okay, here we are back in Civilization 5 with Cthulhu. And where I left off, we just picked up a great writer, Omar Khayyam. Don't recognize his name.
Moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on. Nor all thy piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all thy tears wash out a word of it.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that work at all. Anyway, we need to get the coal online for our factories. El Cid needs to wait. I have the Berber cavalry. An Austrian great prophet. Isn't Mecca a holy city? Yes, it is. So that may start a fight between Harun and Maria Theresa. As for that worker, he's building a fort. That's all well and good. One, two, three. Okay, that won't actually reach. That's a bit of a downer. And I'm still working on my infrastructure. I need to get the research buildings up. Okay, units need orders. What's left? The caravel? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make much use of that yet. Cavalry because I'm still watching out for a possible invasion, and I'm just trying to tech up for the moment. If I can upgrade my cannons into artillery, Harun really will go down that fast. Artillery are much stronger than cannons. And I also forgot to look at the demographics. Number 1 in population, 2 in crop yield, 2 in manufacturing goods, 2 in GNP. New unit from Budapest. And I'm titled Master Cthulhu. Sublime. Okay, Mombasa, they are allied with Harun, so I may have to deal with them. I'm going to put this guy on their border. El Cid, I'm just going to put him to sleep. And Smarkand, that's his ally also, and they want my religion there. Yeah, at this point I don't really care too much to actually expand outward. It's going to deal with itself once I take Medina and send the Inquisitor in. And no more Ashurbanipal on the list. Can't say I miss his name. Gandhi's at the bottom with only Mumbai left, and I'm gonna try pronouncing that one. No longer an ally of Yeah, I don't think they'd be able to help too much in the war. As for that cavalry, I'll put him on alert. Oh yeah, I forgot that place existed. Well, I'm gonna keep the frigate on standby. So once I pick up fertilizer, that's going to increase the food yield of pastures, plantations, and then farm tiles that do not have access to fresh water like these. So Rylay will actually start to increase in population even more than it already is. And the coal is now online, so I can actually start building factories. And that's not actually my territory. I'm gonna toss up a trading post there. He's saying a worker up there, but that's just a worker. It can't actually work miracles. That snow tile is absolutely worthless. Forest for Delhi, that's over here. The Maya and the Iroquois are now friends. And do I have cotton? Yes, it's in the list. Milan's election was rigged.
nation that destroys its soil destroys itself.
So you can see now that it now gives 4 food instead of 3, so it pretty much matches the freshwater tiles. And the pastures, like the horses here, those also give increased food, so Lang will be able to grow now. Anyway, the next stage is the factory. Once you build 3 factories or move into the modern era, you can actually select an ideology, and that has a huge impact for the rest of the game. Ideally, you want to get your ideology before someone else does if you have a certain one in mind. Like, I'm definitely going one of the military routes, so I want to get it so I get the 2 bonuses instead of just 1 or none at all. Plus, I don't think some of the other civs are liable to follow my footsteps, so I could lock them out of something important. Okay, with the military academy in Lang. Ooh. Okay, I've fallen behind here. Going to queue up the factory, and can I just buy the windmill? It's gonna cost a lot, but I think it's worth it. From here, I'll just be saving my money for my war chest. And the Great Prophet realized it's not welcome here and took off. So my golden age ends here, and everything starts coming back to reality. The 3rd factory, and we now are in position. So I can say for the next 10 or so minutes, I probably am just going to be pushing the next button while I wait for dynamite and the factories to build. And I'm making less, well, a little bit more than half of what I used to be, so I definitely have to save up to upgrade those cannons. Pretty soon we're going to approach my favorite era to fight in because the units are that much more stronger and mobile. So the wars are much more smoother, but the downside is the melee units have less and less impact, and it all comes down to planes and just artillery. So, a bit of a trade-off. You can see the factories require coal, that's why I went down from 7 to 4. And once the other coal mines are up, that will be increasing to 14, I believe. 2 for that one. 4 for that one. Oh, the worker is done with his fort. Okay. Let's send him all the way over here. Mabasa Gallius. Maya and India are now friends, so everyone's making friends behind my back. Gonna have to start thinning out the herd. Starting with Harun. Malaka's in awe. That's one of the ways to describe the influence Cthulhu has. And where was this one going? Budapest. Sounds good. And it's entirely possible Budapest may give us another cavalry before the war starts, which will be pretty handy if I end up having to tear up a good portion of his infrastructure before fighting. But the drawback is he has a lot of spears. It's going to take me some time to cut through those. The city became religious. Assur. No, it lost it. And astronomy was stolen from us. So I need the gold more than anything, I think, so going to take sovereignty and go for 48 to 68. Pretty nice. And let me take a look. How new is astronomy? It's a little ways back there. Camel Archer. And that mine is now online. So right here is the caravel upgrade, I believe the ironclad. If I want aluminum, that's up here. But to get the ironclad, I have to get rifling. There are a couple different ways I can go. If I want oil, I have to get archaeology first. And an Indian cargo ship. If we were at war, I could actually just go raid that, but it's a period of peace for now. And I killed an Indian spy in Ryle. Poor Gandhi, man.
मैं आपकी शांति की कामना
Yeah, I'm
करता
gonna
हूँ.
forgive you just out of pity at this point. Brussels and Maya are now allies. Wow, that could suck for Gandhi. Ooh. Yes, yes, I forgive you out of pity. He could have 3 coal there. Malacca wants a musician. Hong Kong recognizes the great scientist. And I killed a Greek spy. Since Alexander is one of my few friends, I'm going to let him slide. We're going to kill him last, I think. And we may end up doing the commando thing where we just lied. So, as for this guy, I'm going to send him down here, I think, to create an academy. I really am overdoing the great person improvements here because other than these tiles, I can't really keep my people here fed. Since this is my great person generator, I need to make sure I can staff the specialists, so I have to have people manning the farms. And luckily I have another person coming in a couple turns. And I'm just going to throw up trading posts. Now, the puppeted cities do have the ability to work tiles as well, so if you don't want them to grow since you can't control their specialists or anything, your best bet is to actually just put up some trading posts so that, like, they'll work this one, they'll get 2 production for whatever they're building, and they'll generate 2 gold per turn for me. Cape Town wants a great merchant. Great merchants can actually come from the puppeted cities more easily because they will tend to actually work the great merchant slots rather than the great scientist or artist or engineer. And he's got a pair of missionaries there. And as for this one, gonna go for the public school while I wait for that factory to finish. Yeah, I think this is my best bet. But I need someone to actually work here. If I take this guy off, that does increase the factory time. If I take this guy off, it's going to cost me some gold, but it'll be worth it, I think. So we're seeing at approximately 1400 when dynamite finishes. Hopefully the artillery upgrade isn't that high. And there is something else about the artillery I'm not telling those of you who aren't familiar with Civ because it's a bit of a surprise. Medina has 32 defense, eh? And he wants me to join him with Maria Theresa? Not yet, Alexander. Not yet. Losing grip there? Yeah, doesn't matter. Right now I'm looking for some iron that I might be able to get. That's only 2, but I may end up having to take Mombasa just to secure some iron that can't be taken away from me unless... Actually, Medina, if I burn down Najran, I can probably get this one, which is an extra 2. Oh, it's within 3 tiles of Mecca, so yeah, if I just burn it down, if I take Mecca, I'll have it. Okay, good to know. I don't remember if I said it before, but I managed to just tear through Gandhi so easily because if you don't have iron, you actually are going to fall behind quite a bit in terms of military power. You can't upgrade your warrior into the swordsman class, and you won't actually be able to get an upgraded unit until all the way to muskets. That's when your general infantry finally becomes independent of iron, so... Basically, what happened to Gandhi could have happened to me. And the iron that I do have right now
As
is
soon
coming
as
from
men
Milan, I
decide
believe.
that all
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to queue up archaeology, I guess. 3 turns until I can declare my ideology. And Assur is working on a bank, so that will help my gold output. Greece denounced Austria. No longer friends with Samarkand. Yeah, after what's going to happen soon, we won't be friends, period. Okay, some of my deals with Alexander ended. Marble and gems. Copper and crab. So I'm going to see if I can renew those real quick.
Χαρίζεστε.
Gems,
Προσέρχου.
copper. I think I was probably selling him the other stuff. And cannon. 205, ouch. But within acceptable margins, so I'll take it nonetheless. And I am going to be moving that cannon out of Assur, I think. I'll have to see if I can put a Gatling gun here instead.
Φίλε, το κέισο ή τα αγαθά.
Only interested in cash.
Apekometa.
Okay, we're not that friendly.
Usapos. Mali.
And I may have to kill someone to actually get his favor back, which I'm more than happy to do. Lhasa wants faith. A city converted. Nineveh went Muslim on us. Okay, embargo Greece. If I go for this, Alexander's gonna be pissed at me. I'm going to stick to my cultural heritage sites. As for here, the military academy is nice. A couple things here are nice, but I want to actually start upgrading my navy for the inevitable fight that's coming. As for this cannon, I'm putting it here and setting it up. And one thing I should point out is one of these upgrades... Where is it? You might not be able to read it then. It's the leaf. Indirect fire. You can fire over obstacles as long as you have line of sight from either this unit or another ally in question. So, I hope you know what that means. And as for that one, it's in a good spot. I'm going to return that to alert. Okay, next turn we get our ideology. Tip-top game. Okay, so I have to make a new proposal, and enact cultural heritage sites was passed. I muzzled it through just with my own yes vote, so that increased my culture output considerably. And the Greek embargo was ixnayed by Arabia, the Iroquois, the Maya, the Indians. Basically, just Austria wanted that. Okay, so our three routes are autocracy, freedom, and order, and each of these offers something different. Now, since we want to win through military conquest, that means we need the cross swords, regardless of which one we go with. So, freedom we can cross off immediately. That leaves autocracy and order. So, the other thing is, now, what's our backup plan? The world here in Arith is diplomacy. That's nice to block a Greek victory, which is why I'm thinking about going for this one. And culture... I don't know if there's any culture winners here, but just for the diplomacy alone, I'm thinking autocracy is my best bet, just so I can stop the Greeks from backdooring me. And there we go. Now, since we took that on, we get free social policies here. So we get 2 level 1 tenants. And our choices are elite forces, where your wounded units deal more damage than normal. Mobilization, it's cheaper to buy military units. United Front, you get military units twice as often when you're fighting against a common foe. Futurism, this is good if you want a culture victory, but we're not doing that for now. Industrial espionage is nice if you're not the tech leader, but I am, so that doesn't help me too much. Fortified borders is nice if you need the happiness, because you get it from castles, arsenals, and military bases. I think I only can build castles at the moment. And universal healthcare works for the national wonders. Yeah, so we're going for mobilization. And... thinking United Front would actually help, even though it's going to give me an abundance of land units. I'm going to go with elite forces. So once you have 2 level 1 tenants unlocked, you can unlock a level 2 once you have enough culture for your next social policy. And then you have to unlock the third one to get the third level 1 to get the second level 2, which unlocks the first level 3. And some of the level 3s are pretty powerful, but I know there's one ideology that the level 3s are kind of worthless for, and hopefully I didn't pick that one. But nonetheless, let's go back to our conference. So I could rename it to something humorous, but I don't want to bother at the moment. And we need a new proposal. World religion would be nice, but it's going to be extremely hard to pass that, and I need to make sure that the Greeks don't have one of their own. Athens is not the holy city of Catholicism. It's Austria, isn't it? Or Vienna's. Yes, it is. So I could go the world religion route, but the drawback to that, of course, is simply that it's just going to be annihilated instantly. So I'm already not popular with the world, I'm just going for it. Like it or not, they will submit. I still have to build the Musicians Guild. I don't even have the barracks here, so I don't really want to build military units. But I think that's a good place to start. As for here, it's time for some artillery. Okay, I'm gonna set this one on alert. No. Borders are off limits, Alexander. And she's pissed, like usual. Something like this may be the breaking point for Harun, but that's more his problem than mine. Looks like we got our worker finished, apparently. And I'm just gonna keep throwing up trading posts. Still the Gallius. And I don't think I need to keep sending production in there anymore. I'm going to send this to Budapest, I think. Once I get the 4th artillery cannon, then it's time to go crack some skulls. Yeah, he's pissed, I don't care. I also need to get a Gatling gun back here. Was not expecting to see a Greek worker there. People with the pointiest sticks, this is nice to know. I have the biggest military, followed by Alexander, then Harun al-Rashid. I almost have double his military. Spy stole industrialization.
Grüß Gott.
That was her. And it's not going to do much, but do I have the... Yeah, I have the constabularies there, so... Not much I can actually do to stop her at the moment. And yeah, I actually need to keep sending production into Lang since I'm going to be building units there. He's pissed, I don't care. Worst he can do to me is stop buying my silver, but that's gonna hurt him worse than me since I'm only getting 3 gold per turn out of it. And I'm gonna send the crossbow down. Jeez! What is with the guy there? He has no trouble killing an Indian spy, but anyone else just friggin' eludes him. Barracks, armory. Then I can have him contribute to the effort. TikTok game. We got a great artist, and that reminds me, I haven't been looking at my culture stuff. George Surratt, please be something I can show on YouTube. Okay, that works. He's the pointillism guy. And I want bombardment. And why am I putting it by Mombasa? I wonder. And I have some sorely due upgrades needed here. Let's just start tackling those one at a time, since I think my navy is okay for the moment. Worst come to worst, I can always just change gears back there. And... oh yeah, I was talking about the culture thing. So this needs to be same era, same civ. Do I have any industrial art? That's Renaissance, and wow, I don't have many art spots. Okay, a little concerning. Different eras and civs other than me. Different eras, different civs. So I could actually do a great work exchange if I wanted to. So let's see. Songbook, that's... wait, Songbook, that's India Medieval. Okay, I need to swap out one of my other works. And boom. So for this one... I have to get different eras, different civs. So I need to trade 2 of mine. So I'm going to swap out this Rubaiyat. And I can get a Mayan... I can get the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. That works for me. So let's swap. And as you can see, even if you're not friends with some people, you can still trade works. And I have an Assyrian work somewhere. Okay, so I have to trade back the Wizard of Oz for something other than a medieval work. So let's click on that. And an industrial work, medieval, Renaissance, Don Quixote. Or I could get... yeah, I'm going for Don Quixote instead. So there we go, we have world literature in place. And there just isn't much I can do for that yet. I have to build a museum, which right there gets unlocked. So... gonna park him there. Since Harun has knights, even though it's just a crossbow, it should still be pretty effective. Melbourne and Greece are now allies.
Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
So we picked up archaeology, and that unlocks antiquity sites. And for some reason in the game, they pop up twice, so I actually have double the notifications here than I actually have. But the way these work is that you can send an archaeologist, that's a manufactured unit, to excavate them, and what will happen is you can either take a relic out of here for a museum, or you can create a great person improvement tile, just like my holy sites, and this is the culture version of those. So I'm not going to bother with those at the moment, but if you just look around, we can see them here and there. Like over there. And if you have an improvement already on a tile with one of those, you have to actually get rid of the improvement to access it. So if it were on one of my great person, or here's one that I was looking for, the farm. So I have to get rid of the farm here to actually access this, and then once it's there, if I just take the relic, I can just replace the farm. Budapest? Ah. Okay. Taking out Haroun is going to be a lot sweeter than I was thinking it would be. Going for rifling. Frigate. New unit from Budapest, another cavalry, I'll take it nonetheless. And our artillery is done. So I'm going to set this one to shoot up open terrain, and now a new promotion has unlocked, the March ability, where this unit will heal every single turn, even if you have it shoot. But for what I'm plotting, I actually need accuracy 3, and what that's for, you'll find out in time, but I need 40 EXP to hit level 4. And as for this place, I'm going to be sticking to military output. You can see the archaeologist here, you can only manufacture these, you can't actually buy them. I'm gonna make another artillery just in case. As for the one here, I'm going to... I need to move this cavalry, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, anyone want to take a guess what's going to happen next turn? Anyone at all?
Oh.
They've denounced us? Well, guess what, Haroun?
Mahada.
I denounce you. Okay. The forge isn't really worthwhile. I'm gonna pick up amphitheater. Due to the social policy I picked up, it's only going to take me half the usual time to build that. And Alexander still may not have access to my borders. Cargo ship, we're sending that back to God. He's gained 7 science per turn out of me because I have 14 techs that he doesn't have. Sublime. Okay. As for him, I'm gonna put him there. And, oh, you can see an antiquity site there, but as for our buddy Haroun, yeah, there's nothing I can do to steal them. It's gonna suck to be Mombasa and a couple other places in a couple minutes. He has a galleass and a caravel. Hey, Haroun.
Oh.
Bloodthirsty one shows his face? Oh, I'm showing much more than that. And I'm going to aim for the camel archer. And I'm just going to wipe the damn thing out. Okay. So he has a galleass inside of there. It's going to take all my movement to actually cut that off. And if you notice the artillery, it reaches 3 tiles. Going to move him down there, and I need to move my great general forward. As for that lancer, he can sit there. And a Mombasa caravel. It could attack my cargo ship, which is why I need to take action to protect it. Ooh, an Arabian settler. That has to suck, Haroon. And I can't forget down here. So he has a trading post here. That means he still doesn't have industrialization to see the coal. And I can't shoot through the jungle, so I'm just going to leave him there. As for over here, I'm going to move him forward, putting him back on alert. As for this worker, I'm probably going to have to do some repairs in the near future, so I need to pull him back a bit. Anyway, I don't know what's going to come flying at me, so I'm going to put him on there. I'm going to make sure I don't get flanked, and ooh, something for me to raid. Okay, I can go here without getting hit, and now I can actually see his stuff. As for the cavalry, I'm going to have him fortify. And this guy is going to stand on guard for Mombasa. Actually, I can move him forward. I can put him here and have this Berber cavalry stand guard. But artillery is where the game actually starts to really get fun, since you can actually hit the cities from outside their range. They actually have to send stuff out to get you unless they have artillery themselves. Arabia and India are friends. And I am aware it's entirely possible they could die here, but I just wanted to kill their stuff. So he thinks his buddy's gonna win. Trade route plundered. Yep, he hit the one that was up here, my cargo ship. Mombasa's galleass. No longer gain happiness out of Malacca. And let's see. 2 local happiness from my barracks, armory, and military academy, so that's going to be 4 to 6 per city, looking at 14 happiness out of that. Increased movement for great generals, armor units gain additional power and ignore zone of control, which is pretty nice. Nationalism reduces unit maintenance cost. Or you can go Total War, which makes it easier to make units and they are more skilled. So, as nice as Total War is, I think the nationalism takes priority. simply because without that cargo ship I am slightly more vulnerable. Amphitheater, I can go for the Opera House. And this guy got shot to hell. If I have him plunder the trade route, I get 100 gold. That's money out of Harun. And he no longer actually has the... I don't actually pay a movement point to get that. So I'm going to use the insta-heal. And I'm going to fall back to here. And I need to soften his navy before I can actually make a move on Baghdad. I'm gonna do something crazy. Okay, he has another caravan right here. I can plunder it just like Mombasa did to me. And we can see what all he has here in Medina. If I sit there, I still get line of sight, and I can actually inch the artillery even closer. As for the Great General, I think he's actually in a good spot at the moment. And as for Mombasa, I could start shelling them. And I'm not in firing range of Mecca, so I can actually leave him here this turn. This will leave my caravel exposed, but I'm going to take a small gamble. Now I need the frigate here so I can zone of control him from stopping him from raiding my fishing boats. And I'm just going to shoot that. And there's the Arabian Night. So I'm going to keep him zone of control. Alright, that's the worker, damn it. Ah, so he showed his face. And I'm going to have him heal. Now I don't want the cavalry to get shot, so I'm going to pull him back. I'm going to move this one forward, so that I can start hitting things in the back if need be. Kinda sucks these tundra tiles are barren, so I can't pillage them, but you can't really do much with tundra, so it's understandable. Okay, armory's complete. Choices. I don't really want to use more horses than I have, and I'm not really a fan of Gatling guns. So, let's make a musket. That'll actually turn into a rifleman along the way. And I have a castle going up in Nineveh, which is good. Okay, I'm about to say, had that survived, I'd definitely send it to a sewer for repairs. He would have earned it. And he actually wants to have a naval battle with me, it seems. So he was able to reach the fishing boats, but the thing is that cost him all of his movement. So that was effectively just a suicide move. And I'm going to take the worker. I'm actually going to fall back to see if I can bait him into moving. As for the crossbow, he needs to actually go back into a Sur. Okay, time to blow that pike off the map. Can I actually finish it? Yes, I'd rather go about it that way. Ooh, he survived. Okay, that's a little problematic. Still, I can work with it. Let's see, if I pillage, can I still reach him? Since I had to burn a level to heal this cavalry, I really do see him as being expendable. Anyway, commence shelling of Medina. As for this cavalry, I'm gonna pull him back. Gonna move him up, and have him set up so that I can start shooting it next turn. I'm going to move Belisarius over. And I intend to resolve that naval battle, whether he wants to or not. I have a feeling he's probably going to turn tail and run here. As for this one, I'm going to have him heal. And another round into Mombasa. Damascus has truffles. Do I have those? No, I do not. Also has cotton, but I think I have that. Yes, I do. Well, that thing certainly knew how to take a beating. And that ship is dead next turn. Let's finish him. And yes, I did bait the knight out. Gonna put him here, and I'll have him go repair the trading post. Okay, that's a galleass, so I gotta start hammering it now. And I think sinking it will be worth a turn of sparing Baghdad my wrath. Need to shell Medina. And that's the power of artillery. I'm gonna go ahead and attack that guy. And a Mombasan musket. I'd rather shoot him than waste time shooting a city-state, to be honest. People tend to take an invasion over a city-state much more seriously than I think it actually is. And I'm gonna move El Cid up here so that hopefully he can give those guys his bonus. I don't remember what exactly the radius is offhand. Okay, next turn I can take Medina. Is he finally going for the artillery, or... Looks like he used his level up to instantly heal. And that was a bit random. Anyway, crossbow. We'll upgrade him in case someone steps out. And I have to get bombardment 2 here. So I can shoot that caravel. In retrospect, I probably should have shot it with the artillery too, but I think Baghdad's a little overdue for its beating. Where'd the knight go? I don't have a good vantage point to see inside of Damascus. Okay, I'm just gonna heal. And I'm gonna have him fortify right there, so once he heals, he can immediately rejoin the fight. Gonna finish the musket off. As long as there is no melee unit within range, I can actually keep Medina instead of having him take it back with all of his crossbows. You may say, hey, there are 2 melee units right there. Well, you may notice I didn't fire all of my artillery just yet, and we're going to create a puppet here. Now that I don't think I had dye before, but I do now. Do I have copper? Yes, I do, so mecha won't be as valuable to me. Anyway, I need to pick off survivors now. And they did less damage than I thought they would. As for him, I'm gonna leave him in the city. Actually, hold on, if I put him right here, that will work. As for the cavalry, That sounds like a great general was just spawned. Yep, who do we have? Sitting Bull. And I'm going to send him down here. And the knight was right there, apparently. Gonna zone and influence him. As for the cavalry, he can sit there. And this one's for a deterrent at the moment. So, due to zone of influence rules, they shouldn't be able to take Medina back here. Alexander declared war on Maria Theresa. Camel Archer. And he pillaged what used to be his. Now, the city-state actually can take that since they are a melee unit. It's just not very likely.
It is well that war is so terrible. Oh, we should grow too fond of it.
And a lot of stuff happened this turn. We killed an Iroquois spy.
What com o número?
And I'm going to let him slide since I'm going to kill him later. A Mayan spy stole secrets from us. Yeah, stop spying. Okay, we have our new artillery. I'm setting this one up for rough terrain. As for this guy, charge is pretty nice since it allows you to finish off weakened guys, and I think I'm going to go for that. Okay, I can kill the pike there. If I go here, I can attack out of the city. In reality, I don't want this worker, so I'm just deleting him now. And this guy leveled up. Stupid camel archer. And the damn thing lived. Ooh, an Inquisitor. Anyway, I don't want to stay by Mecca since that's just begging to get shot at. As for this one, he can sit there. This guy's already attacked. As has he. As has he. So I need to move Belisarius with my force. And... I actually need to see. Move the camera. Okay, I think I get the best return by going for electricity at the moment. Actually, what's this upgrade on steam power? Faster embarkment? No, I'm not. Going for electricity. As for here, I'm pretty sure the war's already over, so Opera House. Sitting Bull, I'm gonna have him just sleep there. Can't do anything with the crossbow or the musket right now. And I can't reach that. So I'm going to move him one square closer and end his turn. And I'm content to just keep shooting that musket. Actually, can I just go in there and finish it off? Yes, I can. And I can still get shot by the city there, but the hill should protect me from the bow. And the point of the frigate here is if something advances towards my 2 range units here, I'm going to blow it to hell. So, his turn. Oh wait, I have to finish working. Okay, his turn. And now that I think about it, I never looked inside Medina to see if there were any wonders there. Because I know Harun had a few. Ah, they killed my cavalry. Or that was a lancer.
आपने मासूम और
And another one of his
What's
spies
on?
died.
Tony Yotoha.
One other thing I should point out about the electricity is it comes with the police station, which further slows down that son of a bit. Oh, wait. For a second there, I thought he stole Budapest from me, but it's actually Bucharest he had. Anyway, I can get accuracy 3. As for this guy, going to give him the open terrain modifier. Shock 2, even though he has to heal. And I'm giving him shock 2. In terms of production, I have the Opera House, so I'm going to get the museum next. I may go into unhappiness in the next couple turns. We're going to have to see how the chips fall. And I may lose that guy. Okay. Don't really know what caused the change there on my turn, but... Actually, he may... Yeah, he had a great general spawn, he had a quest with them for it. So that's what caused the conversion. Anyway, I'm going to advance this, and I'm going to burn Baghdad. The horses would be nice, but I'm hoping Mecca expands to take those, and I'm actually going to take the chance to peek inside Medina. They have great work buildings, regular buildings, but no wonders. Holy crap, that thing is still alive? Okay, I can start bombarding Mecca now. And I'm going to pillage to heal, and I'm going to step back. I don't really have any plans to take Mombasa, but I still want to be as big of an annoyance as I can be. once again, just deleting the worker. Oh, that son of a... Okay, I think I may burn this city down just for the point of it. I can get the truffles when Assur expands. He is not making friends with me. If you know anybody, you think we were at war or something. He's willing to give me Kufa, that worthless city in the snow. Yeah, right. I wouldn't give that to my worst enemy. Public declaration from India, and an enemy draws near. Lhasa has declared war on me. Yeah, Lhasa's the way the hell out there, so I'm not worried about it. Austria's still rifling.
Grüß Gott.
I'm denouncing the bitch. And once again, I'm making the move here to zone of influence him away from my fishing boats. And just in case he makes a break for it. That's Arabian or... Ah, he might have actually had boats up here that I wasn't paying attention to. Anyway, we're going to pillage. And I'm just going to keep shooting it for the EXP. Gallius. And I can't actually take it this turn. Gonna have him fall back so he can heal. Okay, I need to move him forward. I'll leave him there. And the thing is, I need vision of Mecca to actually bombard it, so... Purchase. Gain the Inquisitor right now. Inquisitor needs to work his way to Mecca, but I'm going to send him to Medina in the meantime. Now have Barrage 3. And I'm going for the museum. This one can counterattack. Holy crap. Baghdad, is there anything worthwhile in here? No. Production. Gonna have it crank out wealth as it burns. And from the sound of it, it seems like it has music. So I'm gonna take that before the city's destroyed. And with a caravel they actually can retake that, so I need to move a cavalry guy. And this is going to be my spotter, I think. Mecca has 47 defense, so it's going to take a couple turns to actually whittle that down. Okay. Yeah, I don't really give a damn. She's too far away and the tech is too low to really matter. Is Ghani gonna send more warriors after me? And crud, this is usually the cutoff time that I normally use for videos, but we still have the war raging, and I have to cut through his navy. That caravel has got to go. So without that, he actually has no way to retake the city from me. Gonna have my guy upgrade. And I'm gonna take the opportunity to shoot that guy. Making sure that bow doesn't cause me any trouble down the road. So I think Mecca is going to fall before I stop this video. It's going to be the next video when I finish with Harun. So the Iroquois have someone to watch firsthand just what I do to my enemies. And I need to heal that. And lo and behold, a camel archer. As for the cavalry, I'm actually going to have it just sit here. Actually, I want it on this side of the river in case I need to run in and seize Mecca. So they're free to shoot Baghdad. I'm burning the thing down, so it's not like I'm even going to notice a difference. As for the rifle, in the end, he's not going to be too helpful, but I'm going to give him the medic promotion just in case. And... okay, we have a food problem. Don't want to do this, but I kind of have to. Factory, factory, university, university. Actually, if I don't do that, I want him on the food tile. And I know the reason why they made that move is because I'm unhappy. Speaking of which, I can actually just get a Coliseum and be done with the whole damn thing. But next turn, that's going to be solved once the city continues burning. But I'm going to have him heal. I'm going to have him shoot. And it's time to inch the artillery closer. I'm gonna play it safe and next turn have it end. Moving the Inquisitor up. And if that artillery is actually done, I want it to sit over here so I can see Najran. And sadly, the war with Harun is going to be the last really exciting point for a bit, because in order to kill everyone else, I actually have to build a navy, which is going to take some time. But luckily, I still have to burn Damascus and Najran, so you guys will have something to look forward to in the next video. Actually, yeah, I could have seized it this turn since I had the Berber cavalry, but I forgot about him. But with the next tick of the fire, my happiness should have went down to 0. I don't know why it stayed there. Oh well. Okay, farewell to Mecca. And I still get EXP for shelling it, so I want to do that. At least I thought I did. Yeah, I'll figure out what to do with him next turn. Right now I just want to end the video, so... his capital is mine. And I forgot to peek inside here, but wonders, we get Alhambra and Stonehenge. I'll look at that in the next video. Final insult to injury, we're sending our Inquisitor in and removing heresy. Farewell, Holy City of Islam. Okay, so we're stopping here. I still have more things to cut through in the next video, and you should be looking forward to it from the get-go. I'm the Hero of Light, thanks for watching, and goodbye.